Major League Rugby, first impressions of that competition. I watched not complete games because it was a Monday and I was technically working my day job, but I watched a few of the games from Major League Rugby the other day. As you guys probably, if you've seen it, Alan sent me the jerseys that are hanging up and the one that I'm wearing recently. I've recently got another box from him. So I'll open that up in just a tick. But, yeah, I figured I'll just go over some of my first impressions, because Major League Rugby is one that I've really kind of only just known of in the periphery without ever really following it. Wouldn't have been able to name the teams up till Alan sent me these jerseys. So it's been a good intro to the league for me. So I just thought I'll give you guys just a quick first impressions on what I thought of the games that I saw. Like I said, I didn't see any of the games for the full 80 because I was technically working. I saw Rugby ATL against Utah. If memory serves, that one Utah were ahead, but ATL came back to win it. I saw a little bit of New England and New York. And I saw mostly one, I kind of picked it out as a must-watch one, was San Diego against Seattle. And then I did watch, because it was like the last game on, a bit of the Toronto and Austin game as well. But kind of only bits and pieces of that one. Very much bits and pieces of the New England one. Majority of it was the San Diego one. And then probably the Toronto one with the ATL one coming in third. But yeah, so I've seen a bit of Major League Rugby. The quality of the games, it was actually surprisingly, maybe that's a bit insulting, surprisingly good at times. I mean, I've been watching Super Rugby. It's the start of that season, and the quality at times has been pretty average in some of the games. Some games have been slick, but I thought overall there was plenty on display, not just from the big guns as well, but from some of the local talent as well. Like some of the scrums got a bit messy, but that's not unique to Major League Rugby. Some of the passes were slick, some of the hits were big. It's just all around pretty good stuff. I mean, I'm not sure what level you would compare this to. I've heard some guys say it's kind of similar to Mitre 10 Cup here in New Zealand. But yeah, either way, man, it's professional rugby. So I was enjoying it. I guess there's one thing. None of the games were close this week. I mean, it's only 1 week. All the games were relatively, kind of one-sided in the end. None of the games ended up being very close, not within a score. But like I mentioned, from the ATL and Utah one, that one, the lead definitely changed. I think at the game I didn't see any of them. Nola Gold against DC, they gave them a bit of a hiding. But none of the other ones were like absolute. I guess Toronto over Austin was a bit of a blowout in the end as well. But no real massive hidings, but also no real close games. So only one round. I think that'll happen as things go by. The crowds were also a bit of a mixed bag. Like some of the crowds were really, really quite phenomenal. Like really little packed out grounds. More than you would get if you were watching a American football game here in New Zealand. There's no way we would get that kind of crowd. I'm not saying it was like 20,000 people or anything, but it was still, I mean, some of them, like was it the New England and New York one? Was that played in Vegas? Because that one was pretty poor. But yeah, overall, I thought if they can get solid crowds to some of these games, that's cool. As I said, it was a bit of a mixed bag. I don't think Austin's crowd was particularly good either. But when I was watching on Facebook, like there was a good between 500 and 700 people in the stream at any one time, and that's only for international viewers as well. So, yeah, that's I think that's only a good thing to see the interest in the game. The coverage itself, again, was a bit of a mixed bag. For the most part, it was pretty good quality. I think one of the games, I think it was the New England one, you could really hear the wind on the microphone. That was pretty off-putting, so I didn't stick around that long for that one. But yeah, it seems like some of these have been picked up by networks, like some of them were on like ESPN, and they had like the sideline commentator doing the interviews at halftime. There was the odd time where like you could hear the commentators talking when they thought they were off air, which was amusing. Like one of the color guy was giving the play-by-play guy like really, I forget which game it was. It might have even been the San Diego one, but he was giving him like props, like, man, you're doing a really good job. Like, yeah, you're doing it really well. And the guy was trying to be modest, and then they cut it off. But funnily enough, I often watch other leagues through Rugby Pass, and Rugby Pass at half time often just cut to a wide shot of the stadium, so you can just see people milling about. Like literally nothing happens. When all the other networks on terrestrial TV would be switching to advertising and like maybe their halftime show, like analysis show with some former players and whatnot. Like sometimes Rugby Pass their feed doesn't get that. It just gets a wide shot of the stadium. But from time to time on that one, you can hear the commentators in the background as well. So yeah, it's not unique to the MLR by any means. But yeah, overall, I thought I had a pretty good time. It was good to see Martin Onu playing. And yeah, good to see some of the guys who I was kind of made familiar with from the Rugby World Cup, to see them playing professional rugby outside of the World Cup. I mean, that's what we want. That's what growing the game is all about. So yeah, I was pretty happy. I think my Mondays at work now I may struggle to be productive because I'll probably end up watching some of the games as much as I can. But yeah, all right, I'll crack this open if I can get it open. But yeah, thanks, Alan, man. You're far too kind. I know Alan is big on his rugby. I asked him what effect the XFL is going to have on rugby, and he's kind of the opinion that it may not be the best thing for rugby union. Oh man, there's packaging within packaging. Okay. If you guys aren't familiar with the XFL, it's a new kind of splinter American Football League, which is going to be doing like it's all run by Vince McMahon, and yeah, he's going to be running that kind of in parallel to the MLR season. Bear with me a second, I think I need scissors. Right, so I have managed to crack open the box, and in the box was 2 packages, and in the packages were more packages. So yes, that's all sorted out. Here are some jerseys, man. There's a lot of stuff in these packages. This one, that's Rugby New York. Not the best result for them at the weekend, but yeah, pretty nice looking jersey for them. This one looks like the updated version of the San Diego Legion jersey. Man, that's pretty slick. I really did like this when I was watching the game. I was kind of thinking it's a pity Alan sent that one, which is still good looking, but I thought this one looks sharper. But man, Alan, you're far too kind to send this one again. San Diego Legion, this is the one that Martin was wearing, and it looked really sharp. But to be fair, they were playing these guys, the Seattle Seawolves, and yeah, I thought their jersey looked pretty sharp as well. Not that many teams wear green, and the camera is not doing that justice at all. But that's a much nicer shade of green in person that is appearing on my camera. Yeah, not many teams wear green, right? I mean, like that kind of green. I'm not talking like Springboks green or Ireland green, like that kind of light green, like the Highlanders have an away jersey which looks kind of like that, but doesn't look as good, I thought. This one, alright, Colorado Raptors. Whoa. Nice. That kind of is reminiscent of an old NHL logo. Looks like it's got kind of like wings on the back. Man. That's pretty mean. We're still going, man. Alan sent me a lot of stuff. Thank you, man. Like, honestly, I hope you're getting the discount on the amount that you're buying, like a high user discount or something, because you've gone above and beyond with this. Utah Warriors. Now, if they're anything like the Warriors here in Auckland, they will probably struggle. But I guess if they're like the Golden State Warriors, then maybe they'll be pretty successful. Or it could be like the Glasgow Warriors and still be pretty successful, I guess. And this one is also Utah Warriors, so I guess this is like one home and one away jersey. Man, that is so cool. Right. Alan, man, far too kind. I am absolutely stocked up with Major League Rugby jerseys at the moment, but like I said, it was a good reason for me to finally start getting into the game. I'm still not sure how much Major League Rugby I will get to watch. Like, I can't imagine I'll be able to see kind of every game every week, but definitely on Mondays when I'm at work. Because if you're an international viewer and you're looking how to watch it, you just watch it on the MLR Facebook page. They stream the games live, which is fantastic. I don't know what that arrangement will be like going forward, but I guess unless they're picking up international broadcasters, maybe Sky New Zealand might want to buy those rights if they can get them cheap eventually. But I would say, it's good to have your product out there rather than not, because as I was saying, like 700 plus people in the streams. It's definitely good for the game. But yeah, first impressions of MLR, pretty good. It's one that I'll be watching with interest. Hopefully this week we'll get some closer games. And some of the teams who have never lost risk their kind of 100% record. But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts on the MLR. Did you watch any of the games at the weekend? Were you particularly impressed by any of the players or any of the particular moments? And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much again, Ellen, for the package. It's far, far too kind. All right, cheers, guys. See you later.